Nikki when she was a young girl. God, what do I say? Live wire, absolute live wire, constant, on her feet, let's go, go, go. Like, wanted to do so much with the world. I had so many aspirations. I actually wanted to be a geologist.
A geologist?
Or a rock monkey, as they're known. I wanted to go places, I wanted to do things, I wanted to be someone. Definitely. Big dreams, big dreams. Obviously didn't go plan, but yeah, I had big dreams. Got told I could be a politician, got told I could be a model, got told all sorts, but yeah, geologist. I wanted to dig up the earth and find all the amazing wonders of the earth.
All the gold, yeah?
All the gold. Not even the gold, the diamonds and the gems and just all the sparkly bits and then just find all the boring rocks and explore them and find out why the way they were and what made them the way they were. And I think things are made in such a way, like even stones and rocks and diamonds, they're all made in such a certain way. Like, it really interested me, and that was me as a little girl. Like, I love school. I did get bullied. School did get to a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. Concentration issues were a big part of it. I was very different to the other kids. I never fitted in. I never had myself a group. I was always the one on my own, the loner. Yeah. I kind of preferred it that way. It meant there was no drama for me. But when the drama did come to me, it was extreme drama. I was born to a heroin addict. It's a bit deep, but she injected me with heroin because I was an addicted baby, to keep me quiet. I was in and out of drug dens and squats and just passed from pillar to post. At the age of 3, I was removed from my birth mum. I still don't know who my birth dad is, and neither does my birth mum. She slept with so many people during that time that I don't actually know, and I'm still looking for him. I've done DNA testing and everything, but it's given me no answers.
Sorry to hear that.
It's one of those. I'm 30 years old. You know, I've dealt with it. I've dealt with it. There's supposed to be, I never know. I was then adopted in 1999. And things, to start with, were okay. Things sort of got better for about 2-3 years. And then me and my adoptive mum come to blows quite quick, like within 2 to 3 years, and it became an abusive home. Very, very badly abusive, even from my adoptive mum.
How old was you at this point?
I was probably about 8-9 years of age.
When it comes to blows, your adoptive mum?
Yeah, she suffers from mental health issues herself. It's not an excuse, but it is a reason. And I will give her credit. She, like, my relationship with her now is amazing. I'm on the phone to her every single day. She's my biggest support. I can talk to her about anything. But from my childhood, for 12 years whilst I was living with her, it was hard. It was really hard. Any stress she had at work, she came home, she took it out on me. Any stress she had with her friends, she came home, she took it out on me. I was a punch bag. I was beaten. I was dragged out of my house naked at 16. Dumped at the end of the road, where my adoptive dad had to come in and rescue me with his suit jacket to cover me over. It was a really hard life. It's been a struggle, but I'm better for it. Obviously, I left my birth mum at the age of 3, so I had 3 foster homes between the age of 3 to 5. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. I actually quite clearly remember these foster homes. I was there for them to make money. The clothes on my back were just clothes that were given to them, that they used for every child. When I left the foster home with 1 black bag of belongings, and that was my whole life in a bag. 1 black bag, my whole life. In the back of a car with 2 people I didn't know, being told, this is your new mum and dad. At 5 years of age, that's very confusing, very hurtful. There was no sort of explaining of the situation. It was just, see you later, bye-bye. Social services failed me, failed my adoptive parents big time. They, instead of supporting them, obviously they adopted me and my 2 younger sisters, so they went from no children at all to 3 children. We were aged 3, 4 and 5. It was a lot. I had a lot of issues. My sister has learning difficulties and my other sister has very similar issues to me, sort of abandonment issues and stuff. We've all got our own issues, we've all got our own problems, and they were left by social services just to deal with it. You know, your parents now, bye-bye, off you go and deal with it. And that's the response they had. Obviously, things then went massively wrong over the next 12 years, and at 17, I'd had enough. I ended up having a huge fight with my adoptive mother and my adoptive dad, and everyone will find this hilariously ironic. Well, I hope they do anyway. He walked upstairs, packed me a bag, walked downstairs and went, "We don't have violent people in this house," and pushed me out the door at 17.
No way.
Yeah. So that was his response to watching me be beaten for 12 years and then me reacting to the beatings. It stopped me from reacting to people then in my future because I was so scared of being abandoned or being pushed away because I'd reacted to a negative situation. So a lot of my negative situations then obviously kept happening, and I wasn't reacting to them the way I needed to. I then, at 17, went into foster home. The longest I was in a foster home was probably 5 months. Between 17 and 19, so what, 2 years, I probably had about 10, 11 different foster homes all over Kent. And one of the worst things that social services do, in my opinion, is they'll turn up on the doorstep of the foster home, they'll hand you a roll of black bags, tell you to pack your stuff up like it's trash, and then say, right, you're moving. And that's all you notice you get. And you have to literally get everything together within a half hour in black bags, like you're trash. And that's how it made me feel, like I was worth nothing, worthless, completely unwanted, completely unneeded, completely unloved. It took me a long time to learn how to love myself in my own skin. I still struggle with it. For me, it's making changes in your sort of daily routine. To do things that you enjoy without questioning it. Don't question what you enjoy. It's been hard for me to learn to do that. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like I say, I'm 13. I've spent the last, I can't even count, like 13, 14 years learning to love who I am and love doing things for me. So even if it means you go into a charity shop and buy yourself a jumper, or buy yourself a necklace, or you go into Primark and get yourself a new pair of sunglasses. That's self-care. That's looking after you, and that's how you learn to love you.
Good.
And that's how I've learned to love me, by doing little things like that.
I love it.
Like little things like face mask in an evening, just taking that time once the kids are gone to bed, a glass of wine, a face mask, a nice film, put a couple of candles on, run yourself a nice bath, give your rose petals. Love yourself like a partner would love you. That's how I see it. I do things that if I was in a relationship I would expect my partner to do, but I do them for me, so that I show myself the love that I deserve, so then I can go forward in my life and find someone who does love me. I am fortunate in the fact I have found someone who absolutely adores the ground I walk on, and he's amazing, and he'll do all those things for me, but he doesn't always stay with me. I'm quite happy with my own company, so I do these things to myself sometimes, and do things for myself. Go and get my nails done, get my eyelashes done, put my makeup on.
The effects of it, what did you recognise when you was going through that? How was it affecting you?
I self-harmed. Just off the offset, like self-harm was a massive, it was my only release. So I'd get up in the morning, my mum would give me a load of grief, call me names, say nasty things. I'd leave my house, get on the school bus, be bullied on the way to school. I'd then get to school, be bullied the whole way through the day of school. I'd get on the school bus on the way home, bullying. I'd get home, I'd walk through the door. I never knew if I was walking into my mum in a good mood, my mum in a bad mood, whether I was going to get a thump, whether I was going to get beaten, whether I was going to get called a name. Her favourite thing to call me was a slag. At like a 13, 14-year-old girl, how is she a slag? You know, I had no friends. I didn't go out. There are days where I sit there and I cry over the things my mum said to me. I actually get triggered by certain words. Big trigger in slag, like I say, that's a massive trigger.
Massive.
Someone calls me a slag and I'm like, the anger builds up. It has made me very angry with the world. There's a lot of anger in me. I've learned how to control that. I can't go back to my hometown. If I set foot in my hometown, even for a train, if I go through my hometown on a train, I'm like, I'm wanting to kick off. I'm getting myself wound up. I'm getting upset. I'm feeling really, really emotional. I say it's just pain. It's pain, but it's not just like in your heart. It's in your head, and it just feels like your head's going to explode. And it feels like you can't control it and you can't stop it, and there's no way out. And
so, if people sort of disrespect you in the way that they talk to you on an everyday, day-to-day, stuff like that can trigger it as well, because you've got spoken down to.
100%, but on the flip side of that, it also led me to relationships have been quite violent and aggressive because it became a normality. It became so normal to be beaten and put down and slagged off and treated like absolute dog mess that that's where my relationships then came along, and then it caused me more trauma as an adult. So I unfortunately have 30 years of trauma behind me. Not quite sure how I still stand here and still do the things that I do and get on with my life. It's made me who I am, what I am. It's made me kinder. It's made me bigger hearted. It's made me more open to loving people and to accepting people for who they are. I have many friends who from all different walks of life. I have friends that are, you know, working in banks. I have friends that have their own companies. I have friends that are living on the street and are taking drugs and doing those things. To me, they're no different. Other people, they're very, very different. To me, they're all no different. They're a human being. They have a heart, they have a soul, and they need someone in their life to just go, it's okay. It's okay. You're doing what you need to do right now, and you are where you are, and things will get better. But you do have to work on it at the same time. You can't just sit there and go, it'll get better and get better.
What does that look like, working on it?
It's therapy. It's therapy. I know people say, oh, therapy. Psh. Do you know what? I did that for years. It wasn't until I actually sat myself down and went through the Freedom Project. Huge, massive help to me. I think it's now called the Phoenix Program or something. I think they've changed the name of it. But that massively, massively helped me. Talking to my GP from getting therapy. Talking to, like I say, rebuilding relationships where they'd gone so wrong, and actually talking to the person that had hurt you, going back and saying, why did the things that happened to me happen? But doing them in a safe environment. Don't force yourself to do it, but do it at a slow pace, in your pace. Don't let anyone say, do. Just work on yourself. And if that means going and doing parenting courses or self-esteem courses or putting yourself in situations, like I suffer with anxiety quite badly. So I push myself to go into situations like stay in play groups with my children. That's a really uncomfortable situation for me. But for my children's sake, I'll go and do it. But it also helps me at the same time, because then I'm pushing myself to do something I can't normally do. But now I'm able to do it.
Of course.
Depression was a big part. I've had multiple suicide attempts because of the things that I've suffered with and things that I've been put through. My mum being a heroin addict, my brain's not quite wired up right. Because obviously while she was taking the heroin, that's affecting my development in the womb. And then obviously for the first 5 years of my life, all I saw was abuse. And the first 5 years of a child's life is the most important part of their life, because that's where they build up all of their emotional responses and their social responses and everything. Now, I'm not very good with body language. I'm not very good with social situations. I have emotionally unstable personality disorder, which then throws my emotions all over the place. Sometimes I don't understand what I'm feeling until after the moment. So I can feel something in the moment and then not understand it and wonder why I'm feeling the way I am. I also get incorrect emotions. So instead of feeling scared of a situation, I'll laugh at it. Or instead of, you know, feeling upset because something's happened, I'll get ecstatically happy. So foster homes, they're hard because you don't feel like you're part of the family. Like if you move into a home with someone, you're given a room, you're given your own space, but you're not allowed to do anything with it. You can't paint it how you want it. You can't move around how you want it. It's a shell. It's a shell where you go. And like I say, you get pushed from pillar to post. You can never settle. There needs to be more support workers out there that have either experienced foster homes or have experienced trauma or experienced things in their life where they can identify, relate and empathise deeply with these lost children, because that's what they are. They're lost children. They've been lost in a system of numbers and statistics and tick boxes. There needs to be more youth centres out there, safe places for foster care kids and kids that are going through trauma. Even those that are not in foster care going through trauma, there needs to be places where they can just go and just drop off the worries of their mind and the worries of their own personal world. I'm still carrying things that happened when I was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, all the way up until today. Because no one backed me, no one supported me, no one showed me how to let those things go, no one gave me somewhere to go to let those things go. Like there needs to be more. Like I said to you earlier, my goal is to become one of those support workers, where I go and I see these kids in foster care and I offer them someone and somewhere where they can go, I'm safe. I'm safe. This woman understands me. This person gets what I'm
because you
saying.
won't let them go through what you went through.
No way.
So you'll
no
do
way.
it differently.
I'll do it differently,
where
but
it would be successful and work.
I have young people coming in to do it with me. So 18, 19-year-olds that are still in the system themselves. So then they can come and they can train to be a support worker, and then they can support other people themselves. Gives them a job. Gives them something to do. It gives them a goal. It gives them a place for themselves to go and deal with things. But it also means that they're helping someone else. Do you know what I mean? It gives them a purpose.
Love it.
A positive message to all those kids, teenagers, young adults that are out there. Don't stop fighting. Keep going. I'm here. I care. And if I care, there is someone else out there that cares, that wants to help you, that wants to support you, that wants to make your life better. Look for it. Search for it. Find it. And if you need to find me, find me. I will sit and I will listen and I will talk. But you can do it. I am proof, I am testament that you can do it. I have 4 beautiful children. I have a wonderful home, a wonderful partner, a wonderful life. I did it. So if I can do it with everything I've been through, then so can you.